Hi, lovely man. Hope you're well and hope you're falling in love with yourself on a daily basis. Welcome again to Pedestal. Today we'll be talking about the connection between giving blood and love. What's the connection? Right, we've all know and heard about going to the hospital to give blood, which is very, very important because of various emergencies. And blood giving has been ongoing for many, many years, and it's a noble thing to do. Giving blood is a noble thing to do, and if you're healthy, um, you should at one point in your life consider doing it because it saves lives. So whenever an emergency is needed, people need transfusion here and there for various reasons. There's always a supply there ready to give life, because blood is life, right? Without blood, no one will be around, and so it's very, very important. I'm not in here to bash it in any way. I'm here to actually emphasize the importance of this noble thing. But what's the connection between loving someone and giving blood? Now, the guys in the know-how tell us that it's a healthy human being, an adult, has around 5 to 6 liters of blood, right? And it's expected, again, as they say, the guys in the know-how, that if you're healthy, I think the maximum you should give is 350 ml, and that should be a standard almost everywhere. So once you decide to go give blood, you are informed of how much blood you should give. Of course, in order for you to stay healthy, to keep healthy, and to do things to be normal, right? Now, my take on this in connection with men who fall in love, especially with women. I was watching yesterday a video of a very successful young man. I don't want to say where he's from because, again, this is it's not a racial thing. This is Man Pedestal is addressing issues that men face all over the world. We are not talking about white people or white men, black men, Asian men. No, we are talking about all men, because men all over the world, and I keep saying this, we are going through the same situations. We are going through the same challenges, especially when it comes to falling in love, being in love with women. Right? It's a very challenging situation. It has always been a challenging situation, and what happens is we are left to our own. It's like men grow up, boys become men without the tools, without the necessary tools, without the necessary training. I wasn't trained per se in love, right? I wasn't like, I never had like sort of, not formal way, but there was no emphasis. There was some point. I remember my grandmother did a lot to help me deal with this love situation, this love thing, as I'd call it. And she helped me a lot. And I can say that partly what I'm doing actually is because of my grandmother. But I can't remember like it being like formal in the sense that I was seeing it outside of myself. And I can say that other guys who didn't receive sort of the same training or the same preparation, right? Because she prepared me. She would tell me certain things as a very young guy, and I did not understand why she was saying the things that she was saying to me. And she was saying this thing in relations to women, right? In whatever she was saying to me, she was saying, "Oh, this is the way you need to be careful because of this and that," or "Women do this," and many times she would tell me, I'm telling you this as a woman. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to be aware of." And she kept saying this until I was in my actually my in my early 20s, close to mid 20s, and she never ever stopped saying this to me. But it wasn't I when I say that it wasn't like formal, or like it was something. Now when I look back, I can see what she was doing, because what she was telling me makes sense, and what she was saying to me, what she was telling me about women makes sense, because a lot of men actually get into relationships blindly. They get into relationships and they fall in love with women based on what they think or what their friends are saying or what they've watched. They've watched this Prince Charming going out there to save a princess, or they watch this guy buying flowers, and this guy doing all sorts of things, and they think, oh yeah, that's that's what it means to fall in love with a woman. Oh, this is what I need to do. But actually, it's more complex than that. And what I'm saying is that a lot of men don't have that training, and especially from men. There is no single man out there who ever at one point in life ever sat me down and told me, "Hey, young man, this is what you need to be aware of." And that's why we see all these young people, middle-aged people, men doing certain things, and you wonder what's wrong with them? What's wrong with us? What's wrong with us is the lack of training, is the lack of preparation, is the lack of being told that this is the way women are, and this is the way you should treat women, and this is what women expect of you, and this is what you should expect from them. Going back to what I was watching last night, very very sad story of a very successful young man who had a beautiful a model. I would say the wife looked like a model, or she looks like a model, and they have successful careers. They've traveled the world. They've gone to different places. The guy was working in a very um, a very big industry, right? I don't want to say which industry, but he was very successful. And but something happened. Something went wrong. And what went wrong is he had fallen in love with his wife. And I make a clear distinction here. Falling in love and loving his wife. He had fallen in love with his wife. What do I mean? He loved his wife with all the love he had. Big mistake. But this is what men do. We fall in love with all the love that we have in us. We give all that love to a woman. Some could be their mothers, some could be their daughters, some could be their children. But that's the mistake that we do. So what happens when you do that? You lose yourself. You don't see any value in yourself, because once you love someone with all your heart, and all the love that you have in your heart and everything that you have, what is left? What do you have? What is left for you? What is there for you? Nothing. So something went wrong, and the relationship went sour, and the guy couldn't cope. And as it happens many times, When a woman finds out that you love her with all the love that you have, most women look at this as weakness. And it's not necessarily that they look at it as weakness as such. It's because your behavior changes. You cease becoming the man that she loved, right? You sort of start changing to have some boyish behavior. And this is true. It's a very complex situation, and it's a very complex thing. But that's what it happens, that when a man fully is in love with a woman, he ceases becoming a boy, and now he resorts to becoming this, like a boy, doing some boyish things, right? Not becoming that the alpha male, the leader, the visionary. You cease becoming that, and now you start looking at the woman that you love as your everything, to the point of worshipping. Now, I was looking up through the photos of this guy, and I could see it in his eyes, I could see his body language. He idolized the wife. I mean, his wife was his everything. Now, he spoke about, he was talking about all the things that the wife has done to him. And that's a red flag, because it's you have to ask yourself this, right? This man was talking about the things that the wife has done to him. But what about the things that you've done to yourself? What about the things that you have done? What about your behavior? Now, he wasn't talking about himself. He wasn't talking about, oh, I've done this, or I've done... No, he was constantly talking about, oh, she did this. Even when I tried to do this, she again did this. I tried to do this. So his talk was all about my wife, my wife, my wife. And he finally, said that it's my wife who's led me to get rid of myself, to actually kill myself, to commit suicide. And I feel for his family. I feel for his friends. I feel for anyone who would watch that. It's not easy. It's not an easy thing, seeing a wonderful life being taken away. And it's not an ideal situation. Unfortunately, a lot of men find themselves, and I keep saying this, in this situation. But why? There are so many factors, yes. I'm not a psychologist. I'm just a life coach. I'm just a guy who encourages other men. But we have to recognize that this comes from somewhere. And it comes from a place where you give your everything. Now, what's the analogy? What's the connection between giving blood and loving? If you walk to any blood center in any country, right? You walked into a blood center and you're like, hey, I'm here to give blood. They're like, oh, wonderful. You just need to do some few checks and to see whether you're fine. And they do the checks, and they're like, yeah, it's fine. You can give blood. Thank you so much. We need to check. We've checked whether your blood is fine, and you're fine. You're healthy. You can sit down here and give some blood, and these are the forms. And then you see, as you're reading the forms, you look at the maximum amount of blood that you can give, and it says it's 350 ml. You cancel that 350 and you say, I'm gonna give 4 liters. So, and you hand over the paperwork, and the guy or the person who's looking through, could be a lady, could be a guy, whatever, looks at what you've done, and they come back to you and they say, excuse me, sir, you've cancelled this, and you said that you want to give 4 liters. And you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna give 4 liters. They're like, but you can't do that. You only have 5 liters or 6 liters. You can't give 4. If you give 4, you'll be dead. You die. You're like, no, it's fine. I can handle it. No, sir, you can't handle it. This is the law that does not allow you. This is not a place where we kill people. This is not a place where we destroy people's lives. We are trying to save people's lives, and that's why we've said that the maximum you can give is 350 ml, or even less than that. And you argue with them and say, no, 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 I want to give 4 liters. Then you're like, okay, fine, I give 2 liters. They're like, sir, you can't do that. And you argue with them. You keep arguing with them. You say, okay, I'll give a liter of blood. They're like, no, you can't do that because you'll be dead. You can't survive. That's too much blood loss. We don't want, you lose a lot of blood and you die. Right? Until you get to your senses where you see, you get to what they're saying to you, that the maximum you can give is 350 ml. Now, what's the connection between that and love? Every man listening to this and every man who would listen to this, I want you to take this analogy very, very, very seriously. Falling in love, when you fall in love with a woman, it's like you going to give blood, and you sit there, you literally wait for the guys who give blood for them to close their office or whatever, and you go in secretly and you connect all the machinery, you sign all the paperwork, and you say, I'm giving 4 liters of blood. You hook yourself up and you start drawing blood from your body. Guess what will happen? People will come by, even with your good intentions, right? Even with your good intention, even it's a noble thing to give blood. Even you're intending to save lives. They will say, oh my God, this guy, he had very good intentions, right? This is a noble thing to do. He wanted to save lives, but this is not the way to do it. It's not the way to do it. However, you can give even more than 4 liters. There's a way you can do it. You can plan yourself to be giving your blood periodically. After some few months, I give 350, another 350 after this time, another 350 this time, another 200, and when you add it up, you'll even give more than 5 liters or whatever liters of blood. But you cannot do it at once. If you do it at once, it means instant death. Right? It will mean dying. Guys who love, instantly, they give everything, all their love. They meet a woman head over heels, as they say, and like you, I've been called by friends. I've had my friends call me, they're like, oh my God, you're not going to believe this. I've met this woman, she's beautiful, she's everything I'm in love. I love her. And the back of my head, I'm going, oh my God, this is not going to end up well. It's not going to end up well. And 9 out of 10 times, it doesn't. So we should be very, very careful as men. We should learn from this, that even with our good intentions, very, very good intentions, I love her, I want to be alive with her, I want her to be my wife, I want her to be the mother of my children, I want you, all these things, very, very good intentions. You cannot do that. You cannot give, you cannot fall in love. You have to love. And falling in love is like giving 4 liters. Loving is giving that 350 ml. Because if you give that 50 ml of blood, you're going to walk home. You're walking home, you're doing things, life is normal for you, and everything's will be normal for you. And nothing will change as much. And you would have done a noble thing. So you should love proportionally. Right? You should look at your life as something that, look at your love life as something that you must manage. You must be on top of, in the sense that you are in charge of it. That it's not the other way around. But you are the one who is in charge of it. You are the one who is saying, okay, I've given 350 ml of love. I can deal with it. That's fine. It's fine with me. And then you're like, in another few months, yeah, I'm gonna give another 350 ml because already my love life is now, my love in me is replenished. It's fine. I'm healthy. I'm fine. I'll do this. There is a healthy way of loving, and this is the way. This is what I'm encouraging all men to think of, and to do. Going back to the guy I was talking to you about. Now, I was reading this, which is very interesting, that his family and friends, they're all against this woman. They're saying that, oh, this woman caused this, and she might have. I'm not saying that. I don't know the whole story. And a lot of people are angry with her, or angry at her. They are very, very angry. They look at her as the devil. And actually, people are like, yeah, she's the devil. She's did this, she did that. But there's no place. I didn't see anywhere the family, anywhere the men in this guy's family, or the men, his friends, his male friends. I didn't see anywhere where someone said that the way he loved her wasn't healthy. The kind of love that he had for her wasn't right. It was all to do with her. It was all to do with what she did, but not to do with his state of mind, or his state of his emotional state, which was caused by him loving unconditionally. I just love her with everything, man. You know, she's mine. I love her with everything. Then something happens, and how many, and I keep saying this is about saving men's lives. This is about telling men, I know from the time we were little boys, nothing told us to focus on ourselves. It's always been outside of ourselves. And but I think this is a befitting analogy. When you think that you're falling in love, think about the giving blood analogy. That you should give blood, yes, but you should also know that you giving blood should not mean you destroying or being any way detrimental to your life. It shouldn't. So loving someone, you should not love anyone at the expense of your life. That's the point. Do not love anyone at the expense of your life. Because then that's not love. Do not give blood at the expense of your life. That's not giving blood. That's killing yourself. So guys out there, think about it. Think about it, and because this is the reality, right? A family lost a young man, and many families, unfortunately, have lost young, old, middle-aged because of this situation. Because of this unconditional love. I've loved with everything. No, you should love conditionally. Your love should be conditional. Your love should be managed. Why? Because you want to live. I've heard people say, I live for her. She's the reason for my life. I'm thinking, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, man? No, you are the reason for living. This is what I'm telling men. You should be the reason for your life. You should be the main reason. The blood in your life, right? That blood that flows in your body is for you. It's for you. So if you choose to share that blood with anyone else, right? It should be that you're sharing it conditionally, right? There's a condition, right? There is in proportion, right? A portion of it. You're saying, yeah, I'm gonna have this blood, but I'm gonna share a bit of this blood to save other lives, which is a good thing. Is a noble thing. It's a wonderful thing. Yes, I've got all this love in me, but this love is my love. I've met someone, right? I will take a bit of that love that I have and share it with this human being whom I think is special to me. And I'm going to give her a part of that love that I have. However, the bigger part, the bigger love, that's mine. That's for me, man. That's not going anywhere. It's for me. Can't lose myself. It's mine. That's a healthy way of looking at it. And so if anything goes south, if something happens, and for some reason that lovely person that you've had shared that portion of your love with decides that they don't want anything to do with you, you just go like, okay, thanks for the time that I knew you. You know, we knew each other. We had a good time. I wish you all the best. Bye bye. But if you had loved her with your everything, and I never stop saying this, and she decides to go, you be gone too, bro. Man, you be gone. You won't have anything to fall on. You be gone. In fact, you went a long time ago. You've got rid of yourself a long time ago when the day you decided to love her with your everything, with your all the love. That's the day you got rid of yourself. That's the day you stopped becoming you. You stopped, you ceased. You're like, nah, I'm not me, I'm something else now. So guys, number one, self-love. Right? I want you. I want to see healthy men. I want to see healthy men loving themselves, feeling good about themselves, right? Doing what they love, being them, and being in charge, because we men should be in charge of stuff. You know, being in charge of relationships, knowing when it's a healthy relationship, when it's an unhealthy relationship, being in charge of that. So if you're a young man, or if you're any age, and you made the mistake, you found yourself that you actually loved a woman with everything, with all your love, the first point of healing is to know that that was a mistake. It wasn't healthy. And that's the first step to healing, right? And this is what I tell people, and I'll never stop saying this. You need to, when you got all these emotions, right? You got all these emotions, and you're feeling low, you're feeling down, you're feeling that you've come to the end of yourself. You need to seek counseling immediately. You need to talk to someone. But you'll talk to someone and you'd seek all this counseling knowing that, yes, I did make this mistake. I've recognized that I went out there and gave my 4 liters of blood or whatever, and I've been dying, or I've been getting, I messed up my life. But now I know the truth. This is the first step of healing, right? The first step of healing. And you regain your life, you regain your sanity, you regain your self-love, and then you'll guard it. That's another topic, you start guarding your love, because you have to protect it. You've got to protect that love, your self-love. So brothers, as always, I wish you well. I wish that you continue loving yourselves, you continue being the best version of yourself, working towards improving yourself, and looking at yourself in the mirror every day and saying that you love the person that you see. So I wish you all the best, and wonderful things are happening. The best life is yet to come, and it's on the way. Good, new, wonderful things are coming to you. And if she's gone, let her go. She wasn't yours in the first place. That's why she's left. She's been someone else. Let her be with someone else. That's why she's with someone else. How about you? Be with yourself. Self-love forever. I wish you all the best. Manpedestal here. Have this unending love for you. Thank you very much for tuning in. Like and subscribe, and we keep encouraging each other. Thank you very much.